About a month ago, GoPro announced their next camera in the Hero lineup, the GoPro Hero 7. And one of the biggest things they're touting from that is that it is
the Gimbal Killer.
And I didn't know what to think about that. I thought, maybe, but also it's pretty hard to do inside of a camera, especially a camera that small. So that keeps bouncing around in my head because partially I wouldn't have to carry this, extra chunk of metal around, another set of batteries that goes in it. So, and then my buddy, Jared from Pro Photo Rental, calls me up and says, hey, I got a Hero 7, and what do you think about doing a comparison video? I thought, oh, perfect. I don't have to buy one, thank you, but I can test it out. And so, about a week later, I look a little bit like this, and I sound a little bit like this. And I do a head-to-head test ride. Let's go do something stupid. Before we get into how that test ride went, we should understand what a gimbal does to know if it's a
Gimbal Killer.
So generally, the three things that a gimbal does, at least for me, is it takes out the micro tremors, and then it also slows down and removes any major movements. It just generally keeps everything nice and clean. If you are watching this video, you probably already know this stuff, but we're going to go through it anyway. Third thing that it does is it keeps that same horizon line. So I'm riding like this, and that's my seated position. And then we get to a descent, and so then I go into the attack position, which is a steeper chest angle, more parallel to the top tube of the bike. So you're from here, you go to here. But see how the camera horizon doesn't change? It still has this same picture, no matter what I'm doing here. Same with the roll. So the more, I roll it, you still get that same square framing, even if I'm tossing my body around. So that's what a gimbal does for me. So it smooths out any little tremors, it lessens the large movements, and in some cases removes them, and then it also keeps the same, what I'm calling the horizon line, which is the framing of the shot, which incidentally is also what your head does for your body. Your head and your eyes sort of do all these things for your body, which is why when you watched unstabilized POV video in the past, you may have felt nauseous. So back to the test ride. I went up to Heil Ranch, just north of Boulder. I picked this ride because it's a ride I know pretty well, and it's a pretty rough ride. So it would give the cameras the best chance to have a good comparison. The Hero 7 does a nice job of removing the micro tremors, and I feel like it's smoothing out some of the large movements. I don't really get like a sway nausea out of it, but that's kind of where its attack on the gimbals dies. Here's a choppy little climb on the way up. Further up, once we start going down, here's a small jump on the Hero 4, and then again on the Hero 7. And finally, some descending bumps on the Hero 4 gimbaled and the Hero 7 statically mounted, which also highlights one of the biggest issues I have with the static chest mount is that even a
Gimbal Killer
can't keep a steady horizon. If I frame the shot while seated on the bike, then when I get into the attack position, you get a face full of top tube. And if I frame the shot so that it looks good while I'm in attack position, everything while I'm seated is pretty much garbage. It's a lot of sky and no reference at the bottom. So is the Hero 7 the
Gimbal Killer
the GoPro claims it is? No, not the way I use it. It certainly has some improved stabilization, but this does not replace a gimbal. Am I gonna buy one? Maybe. One thing I found in this is that the image quality is much better on the Hero 7 than the Hero 4. And it has me looking at ways that I might be able to pick one up and put it on the gimbal. So we might be seeing a little more in the Hero 7 in the future. I have to figure some other stuff out, including some small sound issues.
All right.
But that image quality is hard to ignore. So that's kind of my feelings on the Gimbal Hero 4 versus
the Gimbal Killer
Hero 7. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them down below, and I'll do my best to answer them. Until next time, grab your bike and go for a ride. Oh man, I almost forgot. I couldn't have done this video without the help of my buddy Jared over at ProPhotoRental.com. So huge thanks to him. And if you enjoy this, please go give him some love. They just launched their new website. It looks great. They have all your camera needs covered. So if you're looking to try out cameras or just do a really more professional shoot than I do, then go check him out. That's ProPhotoRental.com, and grab your bike. Go for a ride. Really? Finger guns? No.